Yo, it's for you, Makwamba Daily Update TV. Best send a number channel so I'm over here to the subscribe. More like and share my one episode, maybe a tear soon you're being to Jammer and I Jim on Sim. You could see some money a trago at you for and some able bobano a moo aid to pay. Nina, Mamudu Bawumia, and some of the better dry a far nipper pay you who are now what you may say. Come say due to blood transfusion be and the father enya tina man friend on kwanan NDC phone be about teaching say Bawumia on sema okay can answer no come say emu kakra na eno no mo de nsem no tudwa mo chem say come say Bawumia papa wo no ombe kwa kohwehwem because omonti ase say Bawumia papa ewu on the September the same month now no mama so but engine say and some mode bobo ban some mode aba opportunity for Jimre yemongran sem ye wetin sem ye ba de ka ho bia no yen so ye beba abedo ishin Bewulaya and some okay nyina wo boa Bewulaya is a liar Bewulaya is a liar and you Bewulaya no edin Bewulaya no say it sits you right. What are you talking about? Oh papa we from anemic. And you're hitting the wrong. Anemic. That is 1300. Na enim die eniho ena na nipewu. Abra sesiano obi eniho a o Ghana. Obetime ka chem se onim ne blood group. Ghana se wo ye anemic. O papa Bewulaya o papa was Brad se wo ka che Ghana for say O papa ewi na ope blood transfusion. Ama o papa ena papa wi di ametiase. Why? Because o papa all blood group no eye din say ope transfusion obenya bi because omo blood group no enya common. Ena sa obi bia oye all group bia so no sankofon omunyini che. Why? Because omo blood group no eye strong. Se obi ye all blood no be wu a bia oye abrantie anasa baba wano na wanhwe na didie yie ena ebia wonya friend say yade bi ti say diabetes anasa no kra no diabetes no kra se beku na eye genetic efi na busuam ena anasa onipa na meka na say wo ye all blood group na wanhwe wodidie su yie a Moses yes he's a chronic liar that is the English I wanted. He's a chronic liar. Wo papa Bewulaya ni papa ewu ye no onya 80+. Esi den no obi a wonya 80 ewu. Eye den e na wo be yisu ne niema e di ababa ye yi. Yes, ni boy Jefferson. O papa was all blood group. All blood group no. Se wo be wu a na wan kasa wo ya baba wani abrantie no. Wan hwe wo bra so yie. Me si so me no nsada. Me ni eden but me no nsada. Me na fufu a me ni omo enante ye Nigeria fo ne ade cigarette ni ade me no bi da ade bia ebe se ni padua coffee me no bi da because my grandmother from my father's side told me say my family papa me a duplicate of my father me papa complete me kita me skin no I say rubber one ni bi yes okacha me say so hwe wo body year unyini da because what fire you are duplicate of your father. You have your father's skin. My father was ageless. My father is ageless. Why? Because who na nimfia we did not so look young. So the channel. And inti se we all blood group. Now show who su year. Now who ya branch and one for life and to chacha. Sam Rantian or Munyini da hair. Onya so be ye all blood group no. Onya 70 years o kra otime wo. Minimum be a when 90+ or to me sound wo ye. Obeti me ni ababa wa danyam awo no. Me papa enti na me papa man ye dosu no. Me papa man enye donas no ne ye nko ye dosu. Me papa ne me mame onene wo 6 and ma 4 me ma 2. But me sanso was 6 siblings. Ah mo kra mo ni mo mo. Omo nyina ye papa girlfriend ko why? O de boss wa na wow, or the boss, power and papa memo was here. There was a woman in Canada. I worry so many years I went to Miango. Or buy gun on the papa betrimpana one time and or the way. She was even begging my father. So on Sunday would be papa said Debbie. No majima warrior muscle. So Bewulaya, you are lying. What are you talking about? All blood group, blood group linear common. You guys are the most strongest. So be cry all blood cry. Didn't say sandy panel, flu, no many virus, no crobet be. My blood is so strong. Bawumia, you could have lied into our colloquial face and tell us, say, your father you were looking for blood transfusion for your father, and he died. And then the Messiah say, I come up with some myself for once, what kind of cry? But I know cranko, and come somebody because it's a lie. Because papa, was natural death. Your father died on natural death. How dare you? Lie to your whole Ghana and say we should have sympathy for you. Say ya to Obama wa obehwe your health system niye na blood group no what shemukena what make sure say we be set research team ebeboa ama ya hwe modam hwemu na Ghana fo nyina obi ehun ne blood group ya mpem kwase asem bia bewula ya be page bi se bia obi enim ne blood group Ghana ene obi eni wa o Ghana obeka chem so onim ne blood group obi enim. Everybody knows. Everybody knows. Oh, being in the black group or the Ghana. And Nekrano, a Christopher Quack warrior, yet a moment blood group and son or more worry because of sickle cell anemia. Now be away only over blood group. I want papa. Your father was over 80 years when he died. Bawumia, papa, now a chair, mommy, over 20 years. Now, crown, papa, no mammy, won suspicion wom because when him say, Bawumia, ne papa, September 2002. And a mammy, and so September 2021. Am I making sense? Enti wo kura no ade na wo de aba no afei de me besuma enkonfo mo ko ukrom ho ni akokoye reset de nti a wo papa no maame enyina wu September. Your father died September 2002. The same month na September 2021 and o maame di wuye o maame kura wuye na maame 81. Nanka fa o maame kura ye example na kemba no yenya sympathy ma wo beka che say o papa akokra na wo no wo che o maame over 20 years o wale o maame nkwada brem as a teenager no a wo wu over 80 years no na wo no ye anemic and o di wu ye unim fa na boya boa Bawumia wa jimi wo jade enfotro na obogu Ghana mayani no wo pesa o kire sen. You want our sympathy vote? You are not going to get it. If the sympathy vote you want, my dear, you are not going to get it because as a matter of fact, no, we hate you to the core. As a matter of fact, we don't like you, we dislike you, we don't want you to become a president. So we don't have this sympathy for you. No koro. We don't have it for you. Because we are manipulated liar, we are chronic liar. How dare you look into our face and lie to us like that? Tell me, papa, ni age group ni na kwa no mo wu de ko. Who papa and Mahama, your friend is Bawumia, on started Northern People's Party. My friend NPP, a honor, more papa, on started here. Near friend of Northern People's Party. And no munti and now we your opportunity obey because you were not part of the politics, you were not involved with the politics, you were not interested in politics. Bawumia. So will be become by house system and one. This is not the time to tell us this rubbish.
Eti for mame fa in some way entwam na ohwe Mamudu Bawumia nsemi enam viral nsemi etwagui Ghanaians no this time no they don't vote for sympathy be na say you because nipa no hwe ne current situation niema wonemo the economic hardship ne niema inflation no ahwe so e de ato aba na say wouldn't say we bad pointing because for your father say Newz say ni say nti Ghana for hweson to abama there is totally wrong. Yes, it's totally wrong. Ti for yenti nsema echa etoa nsemi so no
bra ye wo just say addition bebreba ekoso no esi den na ye enu nti ye begina so de ato aba de ama wo Bawumia ni papa eware ne maame no the woman was a teenager. Someone the Muslim warrior, it doesn't matter how old you are. And omode ababa way Emma Bawumia and if I say Bawumia papa and no warrior no. She was a teenager, she was a very young. Your father was over 20 years older than your mother. Okay? Over 20 years older than your mother. And you didn't man no warrior no. O papa wu na wanyini. Nyame anem no kurani. Se otna ewiase na wonya 70 plus ekwa na wu a aye natural. Se si a memeti we. Me papa ejaya o 70 plus. Aye nshira. Say my father is over 70 years, but still alive. Aye nshira. It's a name papa wu a. Mint me pinpointing ka say and a felicite and Emily Nola and a new boy now I want to no me papa you over 70 years. Say me papa free more a natural death. My mother is over 70 years. Say me mommy free more a nshira. Why? Because woman etra enfie eduoson a oba de de ma ye no. Enti nshira. Bewulaya o yiri Semira or ye only what 43 years old. Ye won 1980. Mebwa we yire no waware no Semira no o second wife ye parody in second lady no. Semira is only 43 years old. Bawumia, how old are you? You are 60 years old. Bawumia, you are 60 years old. Enti yenye calculation. We are 60 years old, or yiri 43. Your father was over 20 years older than your mother. Oh my, papa waro mama no. Now papa you more than papa nyini. We chamu 20 plus. And waro mama. Okay, this is my fella coming from your village. Ufi say ya Jimmy wahu. Ufi say ya Jimmy. I know some people out there will come out and defend this. And your papa was over 20 years more than your mother. Bewulaya, you are also 17 motherfucker years older than your wife, Semira. Mama yenye calculation. Semira is 43. Bawumia was 60 years. It means so 17 years older than her. The next 10 years, na Bawumia enya 70 years. Se Bawumia benya 70 no, na Semira enya 53 years old. Se nanano to monsa edi fre Bewulaya. Semira ntimi meka say ye social media ni atiti ni kuna mena wuo. Because when you're 70 na wu a natural nshira se wu ontimi blame obia. And as long as a who stay in politics or person or president, will continue to criticize him because your husband is not honest man. He's a chronic liar. Now, as a 43-year-old young woman, what worry papa kokra or yes 60 years no. That 17 years gap no is a long years. In the next 10 years, Ukunu Bewulaya will be what 70 years and you will be 53. That's an also bedroom in Pepe so. Time I will Semira no, Ubenya 53 years no. Na frema shows me 60 what? Me 62. Because I am what? About 9 years older than you or so. Oh papa, Sansuna Bawumia papa echo worry in the year because of so me Muslim nintino. She was a teenager. And yet the man a warrior. I could also go on my cry. Minyesho says, I know a good in Sakra, didn't know. But according to research, the brand manager said, oh, yet, Nani Papano, your friend said the man was already old, farming and doing his thing. No, or a teacher, he was a lawyer, and also on a study, a Northern People's Party, my friend NPP, or Northern Region. Oh, Papa, study here. Anyhow, you were never interested. Oh, Papa, what do you say you're involved with the politics? But you say you don't want to be part of the politics. And now, oh, Papa, we now scholarship. Straight to UK and I bet not UK. And you were not part of it. Now, 2002, time up papa we no. Now papa ayako crack. When you 80 plus. That time no, not the age group ring na do na wuko. Do na wuko. Enti ewa papa we no. Oh, your father was never anemic. Your father was never diagnosed anemic, but your father was all blood group. Oh, papa, the blood group AO. And also, percentage of being anemic is very slim. Oh, catch him some over panel, none of blood group A plus, A minus, okay, there was a chance of being anemic, massa, and yemremoa, and the biaba, and the study who were honomono, and I will boom for Traguiano. Say, ye to Obama now be a president, who be Wilayano. Who be implementing, obey make you say, obey fight, Maba one rantia, one more research about anemic. Any sickle cell anemic, any master. Kwatiri kwa so obema untima tienidin. You are vice president. You can set up a research team. And Kasabre, you want researchers, one more research about a friend say sickle cell anemia. And I say anemic patient. Ye can what's and conform. So ye research about your friend said dialysis, knee, cancer, ni live and in your manema. Ghana, ye research team bia. Ye pen was your simbia. Ye research team. Ye research team bia. Yentina senian to Abamana wo kwasiam penyini wo fuisa no be ya president. Now be ya wo be set a research team. Masa. We are vice president too. I am not review one. And now what do you say? We are first set. I'll be say, Frema, ya to Bawumia. I will do this. And I say, Wufi say we are Ethel McCarthy. I'll be say, ya to Bawumia. This is what you are going to do. No, you are already a vice president. And now, person your health system a year. And Kasabri, your research team. And then Sabri and Ma Omukwa Waswa Omuku all the time. Sabri, I was thinking your research team. One more OBGYN and Yamaniama. I research about why are women and Makwa Waswa Mukuku from a Dao Bani Benyum, Ekopim Brow Bewono, near Timia research team and Kasabri. The chance of going to a labor room, I will be very slim. And Nuna and Ma America, great, Oba America now ye nimeka. Oba ye your blood group near catchrow. We ye nimeka ye do to iron pills. So just iron pill tablets can make use of it. What are you talking about? Bewulaya, what are you talking about? Now no man na madwe mo say. Ghana no, any people no. I had to say omunkwa na ko school. I say omunkwa na nim dia. And I say yeti social media na ye ketwi ninti no. I just say ye no ye nti de ye ntimi nyiwa kenkan yan ko school. Na ye tie broche say yan ko school ke be de na yetima ye adwuma. Ye ko adwuma so a twi ne ye ko ka wo ho. And I say twi ne ye tro wo ho. Aya na mo fi say ye jimi ana. How can you tell us this nonsense? How? Can you tell Ghanaians and say, oh, papa, who call the baby, my papa nkokoda. My papa won't conkoda. Don't lie against your father. Abra wouldn't say, no cry. Say blood transfusion now, cardiac and say, oh, as all blood, getting blood transfusion, your chance of getting very slim. And it's more blood group, no, say, blood transfusion is very, very difficult. And any binum sini, one B plus, no money, a binia the idea, blood in a gua, you won't go for despite a year, and go for cocoa mojakeke, echo good bang. But all blood is very, very difficult. So, Benya Samojan. It is so papa wo who you know. I feel now what kind of papa ya out there, and yet the nobody do at them because we you join, because we are poor, we you just wouldn't near drink. I would be Kenya as some Ghana, my. Bewulaya, we are sick and tired of your lies. Tell us what you have done. Catch Ghana for say, my way. This is the things we want to hear. We don't want any empty promises because you're already a vice president. And can research team Sabri, you were a Ghana, say, kidney problem. Say, I would be obicre free Ghana, they want you to go and do those tests. Why? Because Omunya bedru her pet. Na abaye ka say or the kidney problem if you Akroma ba na dey to dialysis so near dia dey ubeduru obenya nkwa but see
for the master some dey bro the update TV comment section here mo dey have notification bell no share some back like so send you drop any content news be a monso monsa ebe kan be na motimasha ya da mase ya Akroma.